Personally, I think stuff like this, what we're doing now, is really important, like inviting people to talk about it. Because I know, Cam, when you first interviewed with us, it was one of your reservations, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of my concerns. When I'm out in the community, I would out with clients, etc. Because obviously, like we've been discussing, not everyone is as open doors as everybody else. So I was worried about a few people having concerns with me, you know, washing them, interacting with them, things like that. Also being male as well in this line of work, or traditionally male, should I say. I think that definitely affects it.
Again, it's people's perceptions and stereotypes of gender, isn't it? If you put man, female, whatever it is that you put on somebody, you have an image that seems to spring up in head. Why is a man doing care? And I bet it's such a female-heavy sector, isn't it?
But like we just said, us all being sat here now sort of opens up that door, doesn't it, to show, like me for example, that, you know, it might feel a bit lonely at first, but I'm not the only one out there, and I'm not the first one to do it either.
The way like spaces are set up, so like we've got toilets that are like male and female, and it's like, well, what if like Cam comes in and he doesn't want to?
But then there are some people that don't
prefer
like that.
It, yeah.
So it's, if you're going to go down a choice route, how do you ensure everybody's comfortable? Because there are some people that don't like non-gendered toilets as well. So it's almost like you want to. But I agree with you. How do you make sure everybody's comfortable?
There is no like right or wrong thing that you can be doing, because everyone's different. I was watching a conversation about the need to have pronouns on like badges and email signatures, but then it's like, what if you're forcing someone who's on like a journey of discovery to put that there and they're not prepared to? So I think it is about making it
choice, isn't it? Yeah.
About giving people the ability to and the confidence to, but don't force them to.
I think in terms of that as well, I think you can only push it to a certain extent where it is no longer trying to be all inclusive anymore. It's trying to be authoritarian about it, you know, push it down people's throats, so to speak. And I think with some people like who don't really take it well, or have certain issues or cultural backgrounds that disagree with it, I think for them the more you push it, it becomes less inclusive then, doesn't it, and more something for them to fight against.
I'm keen that people do have choice, and if you're uncomfortable about something, you shouldn't have to do that, because I think it's going too far the other way of going, right, hang on. But it's also that visibility and acceptance, because do you positively discriminate?
It's about us being able to talk about it, and I feel like it could be a really good thing, because you have in the workplace now, you've got like mental first aiders, like people you can go to speak to. It's like, why don't you have something like that for Pride, like ambassadors for Pride or LGBTQ, you know, so like there's always someone that you can lean on, someone you can relate to, even if, you know, like you see something on the news about relating to LGBT and it's got you a bit down, you've got someone in the workplace that you can kind of reach out to.
So it's all the time, not just Pride.
Yeah. And it's not just HR. Would everybody, if they experience something, be comfortable to go to HR and say, actually, one of my colleagues said something I found really quite inappropriate? Because you don't know who you're telling that to. Is that a safe person to say it?
So is there any training that HR or people can have? Because there's still allies out there. It's just like, are they like clued up as much? Do they have all the knowledge that they need?
You know, sometimes I need to be educated in my own area. I was like, what else could we be doing?
For companies to not just like say, like give out a blanket statement of, oh yeah, we accept it, and you see every Pride, every company changes the logo to rainbow, and it's like, okay, but what are you actually doing though?
Where are you for the rest of the year?
Well, if you advertise that we recruit LGBTQ, we have a female CEO, we have male carers, we all, like all equally, like we have mental health, that's not just one specific thing, it's everything is equal.
I think if you do it more subtly, or something that can be interpreted themselves as opposed to a bold statement, I think that is more inclusive in that way, isn't it? Because I think if you just if there's a big rainbow flag at the bottom for say, and it says, oh, we also accept LGBTQ, I think that easily puts us in a bracket, doesn't it? And
but
makes
it's like,
us separate
we
from
accept that
everybody
others.
else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It sounds like we're all in a similar place. Like nobody wants to make a big deal about it. We just want to be who we are and it not be a big deal.